Hey there, I'm Mark.
I'm Evan.
And on this week's episode, we have a pretty long conversation.
Two-parter. Mark leaves me in the middle of it to go do something else that he thought was more important.
And we talk secret keto coleslaw recipe.
Wow, that's true. We're here. We got something to prove, all of us. So we're here to listen to the Something to Prove podcast.
We really do have something to prove. You know what? Like more and more what I read, what I listen to, what I hear, maybe I'm just like attuned to people talking about how they have something to prove, how they feel like they have to prove it to themselves or others. But I hear it every day from people. I see it in everything everyone writes.
It's the new car syndrome.
Yeah. Do you see belief in everything all the time?
I see gold Porsches everywhere.
Wow, especially at the border.
Yes, I see belief everywhere. Everybody has the ability. I believe in people more than they believe in themselves. Every human. So.
I like that picture that you sent me for all of our listeners and everyone along. Evan sent me this great photo, selfie of himself outside, walking in the cold. And his eyes were so big and so brown. And I never realized you had brown eyes before. I guess I don't look into people's eyes. And I was like, man, that's a good picture. So
I thought you were talking about the one I sent you last night.
Okay. Last night, Evan sent me another photo selfie of himself with blood filter where he's like blood dripping out of his mouth or something like vampire style, right?
I just like sending Mark, a couple of selfies a day.
Random pictures. It is a bit of a pick-me-up. Yeah.
Okay.
I only got that photo of you this morning because I'm trying this new thing now where I do not respond to messages after 9:15, but don't get into conversations, don't respond, don't check texts. I see the notification there. It's really hard not to check it, but I'm like, nope, not going to do that.
Wow. So how do I reach Mark Drager when I need to reach Mark Drager?
You call me.
Holy cow.
No, you could do a Facebook call. Like if it started buzzing like that, then I would pick up.
All right. Facebook call. All right. Good to know. Okay. Welcome everybody to our podcast. We're going to get into it now.
Yeah. Are you wearing a different hoodie than normal?
This is my thumb sleeve one.
Ah.
Yeah. It's got this crazy high neck.
I like that one better.
Yeah. I like the high neck. I like the thumb sleeves. And then
it just doesn't have the gold on the edges.
And then you can
really hide.
Yeah.
Really hide. Just so everyone knows, Evan can put a hood over his mouth or his face so much that he looks like one of those axe dudes who used to be responsible for
executioner.
Yes, there you go.
Axe dudes.
I
like a deep hood. This is the problem with a lot of hoodies.
A deep hood. Do people talk like that? I like a deep hood.
I don't care if people talk like that. I talk like that. I like a deep hood.
Okay.
A lot of hoodies a lot of the typical like Gildan hoodies or whatever, it's not deep enough. Not deep enough. Maybe I just have a big head or a tall head. I don't know. I need a deep hood. I like a deep hood. So both the one that I wear that has the gold underarm and then this one here with the thumb hole sleeves. Deep hoods. I like a deep hood. I don't care if people talk like that.
Can I ask you a question? I saw the other day, or maybe someone asked you about walking around with your name on your back. He came up to you and asked you if you're a politician, I think, or something.
Yeah, on the subway. It's hilarious.
And I saw this post, you posted about it. This is something that I've had to get comfortable with, but I'm still uncomfortable with.
All right.
When you decide that you want to do something with your personal brand, you want to, I'm going to start wearing a shirt that has my name on it.
Yeah.
Or even for me, think big, be bold, say yes. As much as I've thought it and been saying it for years to people, as soon as I decided that I'm going to type that at the bottom of every one of my posts, I suddenly worried that it felt manufactured, even though it's real to me. And even though it's true. And even though I can speak to it, I was worried someone's going to be like, why did you just, what's that mean? What are you doing that? Even though you want to put your the airplane on you and your name on your back of your shirt so people know the brand, isn't it like, do you get that little bit of like feeling that it's manufactured because it hasn't kind of become real yet?
No, I thought you were going to go somewhere else. Manufactured, no.
Where did you think I was going to go with it?
Just more ego.
Oh, no, because it's a tool. Like anytime that you can create a tool, like wearing your name on the back of the shirt, or think big, be bold, say yes, or hashtag believe, or even your gold Porsche, as insane as it is, and as much as I like to make fun of it, it's a tool that you can use that can capture and inspire and get people's attention. And it's like you're into sharing a story, right? So I don't think it's egotistical to do that. I just worry that people are going to question, like, who are you to come up with that? You know, who are you to decide that?
That's the same thing. Who are you is ego.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not manufactured. Manufactured means that, like, it's fake more for you. Like, you're putting that out, but then you're not actually sure that it's about what you're saying, and it's kind of forced. If people are saying, who are you, and you're worried about that, that's all ego.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, use me as an example. So think big, be bold, say yes.
Yeah.
Right. I came up with that, I think 4 or 5 years ago. I wanted to put it in my office. I never got around to it. But when I decided I'm going to do Instagram, I consciously, what are you laughing about? Idea to action. 4 years ago, I came up with something and never did it.
Not even that. What's the last 2 words of your statement?
Be bold and say yes.
Those are 4 words.
Oh, say yes. Yeah.
I had this idea and I didn't say yes, but I want to say yes. It's hilarious.
So I decide, like, I'm going to, I love this thing. I love what it means. I love what it represents for me. It's like my core. I'm going to start putting it on the bottom of everything. Mm-hmm. And it took me like 2 months before I didn't care. No one questioned it. No one said anything. No one cares. It's just my worry that it's like, I'm just making something up that I like and spreading it out there. And maybe it is ego. I don't know. Okay.
You are making something up that you like and spreading it out there. That's exactly what you're doing.
Okay.
And the world needs more of what Mark Drager likes.
It's true. I have amazing taste. I'm learning.
Some things.
Based on how I feel.
Based on how I feel. Yeah. Okay. Great. Next.
Well, what I want you to tell me and everyone else is that there's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead, make it up, use it. You don't like it, stop using it. You don't fear the judgment.
There you go. You just did. What's next?
What's up with that Mickey mug? Are you sick right now?
No.
No.
No, I'm not
Evan
sick.
is sipping out of like the largest mug ever. It's like basically barrel shaped with a Mickey Mouse on the front.
I think Nina and I got matching ones when we went to Orlando, and I had my coffee in here, and then I like to, over the course of the day, just add more water to it. So now it's basically just water, but it's water that has like a little hint of coffee. So we record these on a Thursday. Thursday is my public facing day, so it's been nonstop calls and hangouts and interviews and podcasts and stuff. So I need to be constantly drinking. I probably should have tea or something, but my throat's feeling pretty good. When I did my audiobook, I had a cough and was sick. So I had to.
And you had to read 2 pages of Mark Drager. We know.
Oh my God. The Mark Drager pages. Nightmare. I just twitched a little bit. It's just like.
Little PTSD?
Yeah, exactly. So I might start swearing spontaneously.
A little Tourette's kicks in just randomly?
Yeah, exactly. Both. Not randomly. It's mentioning Mark Drager and audiobook together.
Okay. Well, you don't like that topic about making stuff up? Okay. Here's the other thing I was working on yesterday.
It's not real, dude. That's manufactured.
It is real. It is real.
Yeah, but not. You said I just want you to say it's okay. You already know what to do.
Yeah, but I've gotten over it because I've taught myself that
that's manufactured.
Put it out there. No, you just put it out there. You put it out there, and no one really cares.
You're manufacturing for the audience, and I don't like that, Mark. Stop doing that.
Okay.
Fake topic because you think the audience will care.
It's not. Well, anyway, so I spent the last 2 days working on Fanta's new website, which is quite delayed because we were supposed to.
Is it up? Can I go?
No, dude. Just wireframing. I'm just wireframing. I'm literally like 14 hours into this, but it should have been done in September. That's how delayed I am because I've been focused on other things and other people.
Is it that bad? What's so wrong with what you have?
What we have right now?
Yeah.
Fanta.com?
Yeah.
It doesn't actually explain what we do.
All right.
It doesn't say anything because I came up with that messaging in 2017 when we were just launching the agency side of the business. So it was me imagining what the company would be like. And now I know what we actually do. So
digital marketing. So how would you, so this is your one sentence. Give me a new one sentence. So it's going to be, the old one sentence is,
Yep.
We're a digital marketing agency conquering real business challenges through courageous strategy and ambitious execution.
Yeah. We've simplified things a bit.
What's the new one?
So there's two possibilities. The first is, hold on. I don't have it memorized. The first is we're a digital sales and marketing agency that helps entrepreneurs and marketers who have something to prove scale extraordinary businesses. I don't like that. It's too wordy. It's too crazy. The new thing that I'm playing with, I have it on a whiteboard. It's really hard to do this. I didn't know we were going to do this today. But thank you. But the new thing that I'm really leaning towards in terms of simplifying is that we help entrepreneurs. We help entrepreneurs grow businesses inside the walls or outside the walls. Because, dude, I'm just playing with it. Relax.
Okay, well, we just killed it.
Fine, ignore the walls then.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. It's either inside or outside. That's
what does it even mean, inside or outside?
This is why I don't like to share stuff with you when it's a work in progress. Look at you jumping on it.
You're welcome. I'm helping you. You would have gone 5 hours down the wrong path.
No, here. Now I got to get the whiteboard out.
Look at that.
Let's see
messy
here.
Handwriting.
Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm hitting the ceiling. Yeah, because on the sales and marketing side, it comes down to brand, being seen and known, or sales, leads and money. Within your company, it comes down to team and culture. So that's either recruitment, so building the environment, building the place.
Whoa, are you diving into that already? Are we getting into Fanta Talent?
Yeah, that's launching.
Wow. What?
It's Fanta Culture. It's Fanta Culture, but yes.
Fanta Culture.
Yeah.
Wow.
All Fanta Media. It's all Fanta Media, but within Fanta Media, we're either going to help you.
Wait,
Fanta
what?
Media is the company. Fanta Media is the company.
Wow, this is not what we talked about. Okay.
Fanta Media is the company. And if you're an entrepreneur, you have big dreams and big plans and big ambitions, and you come to us and we're going to help you grow your business and do everything that we need to do to build the brand that you're proud of and build the lead generation and sales that you need to do. And on the other side, we use the exact same strategy, topics, tools, and everything that we need to, the culture and the team that you need to build. That's why it's outside and inside. It's
video?
It can be done through video, through communications, through training, through restructuring your team, through engagement, employee engagement, through...
But why is that media then? That's not Fanta Media. That's Fanta Culture. That's its own business. It's not Fanta Culture. It's a different company.
We're simplifying it. We're simplifying everything because it's one and the same client, and it's different specialties within slightly different team members.
So are you going to hire a new team for culture? Who's going to do culture?
I just need one person to start with.
Who? Louis. No, but Louis can't do it.
No. I need someone who can lead on the. It's not even the strategy. It's like on the content, on the editorial content side specifically for recruitment, for training. It's the same skill. It's everything that we do to build a brand outside is what we do inside. It's just targeting a different audience.
You're still approaching culture through communications though, not actual culture.
Marketing, no, but it all feeds, it all funnels. Like what you say and how you say it. You haven't been through our brand strategy recently. Like when we do a brand strategy, because we start with your one word and we really...
That's a fantastic start.
It's the homework that people have to do in the first week before we engage with them. They have to read your one word. But we dig so deep into the entrepreneurs, like we work so deep into creating a brand that's tied to the entrepreneur and the essence of the company, that then when it comes to looking inside, people either stack up or they don't. And so it's going to shoot off to, coaching and to training and to letting people go and to helping with ops. Just like on our marketing side, if we do packaging, like what we do package design, like what does package design have to do with digital marketing? It doesn't, but it affects the experience and it affects the sale and it affects, the unboxing and the social aspect of it. So we step into that as well. But for our top of how we explain what we do, I'm really working to simplify this. Radically simplify is what I wrote on my board yesterday.
A lot of words that just came out I like it though.
We are in the business of helping people grow businesses. It's going to happen through sales and through brand building, or it's going to happen through team and culture.
I just don't think you touch anywhere near team and culture.
Okay. Well, I think we do. And I think we'll get better at it. It took us
Dude,
it took us
I know
4
you can.
years. It took us 4 years to get here. So it starts with intention. It starts with talking about it and sharing it, and me hiring the team member to lead who can focus more on that side of the business. But just give me 2 or 3 years and we'll grow into it. But because my real goal, right? Like my real goal, which everybody loves, but is very, very hard to build. Like I want to help an entrepreneur overcome any challenge within their business that keeps them from growing and scaling. So my tool belt is in communications and in feeling and in experience.
Oh, wait, what?
What?
Say those 3 words again.
Experience,
No.
communication, marketing.
No, what did you say?
I don't remember.
Communication,
Yeah.
blank, and experience.
Feeling? Did I say
Yep.
feeling?
Okay, your expertise.
Yes, is
Your
in feeling.
expertise
Is in
wow.
feeling. Yeah.
Wow.
I've come to terms with all of this stuff, man. We haven't
Wow.
talked in a little while about.
Okay. Mark's expertise is in feeling.
Yeah,
That's great. Somebody clip that.
dude. In the last,
Ringtone. If I had a phone number, that's your ringtone.
seriously, in the last few days that I've been working on this stuff,
My
gotta
Mark
feel
Drager's
right.
expertise is in feeling.
Because actually, to be honest with you, I about an hour ago I threw out half of the work I just did because it didn't feel right.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I spent 7 hours yesterday and 6 hours today working on it, and I threw out 5 hours of work probably just because it didn't feel the direction it was going. It just didn't feel right to me.
All right.
So I'm actually pursuing the thing that makes less sense but feels more right to me.
Okay.
Do you like this? I'm sure you do.
I'm just following along. I'm just listening.
This isn't what I plan to talk to you about today.
Just had to do a point of order. This is way more exciting than your topic you already knew the answer on.
It's pretty exciting. I got to say, like, it's a lot of fun being able to like really systematically work through everything that you want to be and make the decisions on who you want to be and how you want to be perceived and how you want to be seen. I'm both excited and nervous to share with you my new logo that we're going with. Excited because I love it. Nervous because if you don't like it, it's going to tarnish my thinking on it a little bit.
I didn't like your last one. Well, let's see it. Can you show it? Share screen.
I don't even know if Manny hasn't given it to me yet.
And walk your computer. You're on a webcam. Walk your computer over to Manny.
He's working from home today.
Manny.
Manish 6G. He's showing it to me tomorrow because we've gone back and forth a bunch of times. But let's see here. 6G logo. No, don't have it. Don't have it. Anyway, that's all fun stuff. That's all exciting. It's got to feel right. I am the brand. What did you say? I am the brand if I like it?
Right? If I like it, then it's on brand. You're saying that's so off brand. If I like it, it's on brand, dude.
And do you like the red in your YouTube channel that I sent you? Because it feels off. It feels negative. It feels off. Do you like it?
It's funny.
The teal I can get on board with. All of these different colors you've introduced on your channels, I can get on board with. But when I saw the red, I was like, this feels so wrong to me.
You're okay.
Do you like it?
Video.
Do you like it?
I'm playing with it. People like it. Actually, you and Christina messaged me the same day, like, oh, the red's killing me.
Yeah.
You know, the comments are like, I love the red. And all of it doesn't matter.
No, none of it matters. Anyway.
Get me my video. Okay, so
Get
say it
you
again.
the
You're a what?
We're what?
What's your one sentence?
I'm working on it. We're a growth agency. I don't know how to explain it. We help entrepreneurs grow their businesses. I'll work on the copy better.
Oh, wow. What is this, Nina? I don't know. Nina just bought me something. Thank you. A decaf? Wow.
Decaf tea? Coffee?
This is coffee. Decaf.
Well, anyway, since apparently we're just doing a catch-up episode here, here's the other thing that happened to me yesterday, which I
turn it into something better. Wait, hold on. I like this. When we met we were in the Newark airport strategizing your business.
Yeah, so on the way back from Tony Robbins a year ago November, right after I bought these on the spot and paid double. Sorry, yes, I'm holding up my Beats, my original Beats that I paid probably double what I should have for, but it meant that I got them immediately.
Which was now it's part of his brand.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
They're so tattered up, and I have a new pair. I've actually bought 4 pairs in a year. Is that the
actual pair?
It's the actual original pair that I broke.
You gotta save that though, right? Like that's my neck.
These are for audio listeners. Like they're so tattered up. I've broken them, and I've used this Gorilla Glue like 5 times.
You have to save that, dude. That's a collector's.
Oh yeah. Okay, they're going up there. I still prefer them over my nice clean gold ones, which
gold's a stupid color, man. Anyway.
Are you saying that because your Porsche's gold?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Every time we're on the road and there's a Porsche ahead of us, it's like, oh my God, Porsche drivers are the worst.
They're not as bad as BMW drivers. But okay, so you were saying Newark Airport. We're at Tony Robbins, November of 2018.
You still have your notes? We built your business.
Probably. I still have my notes somewhere. We did. What do you want to say about that? Just what do we do on paper?
No, I want you to go and do it.
Oh, I am doing it. I'm pursuing it.
No, you're not doing it. This is not it. This is not it. This is not a version of it.
You wanted the version of it where I ran different organizations and I was the chairman and I had a COO or CEO for each organization.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting there. Like why does it matter whether I'm running 3 P&Ls or 1 P&L?
It doesn't matter the P&L. Jesus Christ, right. Mark.
So what does it matter if
it's the strategy from the top to say, Louis is going to run Phantom Media, which is a digital marketing agency to help you market and grow your business.
Yes.
If you're going to actually build Fanta Culture, that's its own business line, not like we're going to make recruitment videos for you to showcase to your potential employees.
So that's so when I say that I did all of this work and then threw out half of it,
that's what you threw out?
That's what I threw out.
Oh, good. Then why did you say it when you just brought it up?
No, Fanta Culture is happening. I had it as of this morning. We had it as Fanta Media, Fanta Video, and Fanta Culture, and they were 3 different.
Oh, you threw out our original plan.
Yes, it didn't feel right.
Oh no, that's wrong. No. Wait, hold on.
It didn't feel right.
Fanta Video is not its own business.
Okay.
That's part of Fanta Media, which is Fanta Marketing.
Yeah. Okay.
You have 2 businesses, and then you're gonna have Fanta like executive coaching or Fanta mindset or something, because you're going to have to work with the entrepreneurs. If you want to actually achieve your ambition of helping entrepreneurs overcome every problem.
We need ops and logistics. We need to help with VC and funding, and we need to help with mindset and what's holding you back. We need to help with communications, marketing, sales. We need to help with recruitment, team building, people, and process.
Yeah.
That's what it takes to grow a business.
Is there alcohol in this, Nina? I swear I taste Bailey's. This is the best decaf coffee I've ever had.
Okay, I almost spit out my water because I was taking a sip there.
I was legit. I taste Bailey's. Yeah, it's a different business, but Fanta Video is not a different business. Fanta Video is a sub-segment of Fanta Media.
Yes, but
Fanta Culture is its own business. Why are you so uneasy with it? That makes sense. Fanta Video as a business is not a good idea. Fanta Culture is its own business. And it needs its own COO to run it, or CEO. That's what we talk about. Not even COO. It's CEOs to run the businesses, and you're a chairman. That's the model.
That's what we're working towards.
No, you're not. You threw it away. You said it didn't feel right.
Because under Fanta Media, we have the ability to launch Culture and to do the performance agency that I want to do.
No, you don't. No, you do not have the ability to launch Culture. You have the ability to assist in a tiny little bit of Culture. Culture is not communications. Communications is a little piece of Culture.
Culture starts with internal brand strategy, or deciding who you are and what you stand for, and what is in and what is out, and what are your values and all of that stuff. And then the next step is infusing it into everything that you do through your communications and how you run meetings and what people do or don't do, and how you recruit has to do with how you feel and how you come across. You know how boring most job postings are. And it was only when we decided that we were going to start writing our job postings like landing pages which is an active thing we did. We were like, screw it. We're going to write these like landing pages.
Yep.
We're going to write them to sell people on all the reasons why they should just hit the apply button. And we're just going to sell the opportunity. And we're not going to worry whether people think we're crazy or stupid. And the type of people that we were getting attracted to our stuff and the compliments we were getting from the marketplace, like, went through the roof. So communications is a big part of this. Marketing is a big part of it.
Communications is a piece of culture. That's what I said.
Yes.
But it's nowhere near the whole thing or anywhere close.
I'm not saying that it is.
Great. So go build. Like, this is not Fanta culture. This is, we're going to help you with recruiting some people to your team and communications. You're still a communications company, and we're going to do some job postings and
those are the tool sets I have right now.
I hear you. That's awesome.
And we will grow into more.
Okay, great. But it's its own business. You need a CEO of Fanta culture that's in charge of building culture. This is even great. Like, Chairman Mark comes in and does brand strategy and then gives it to his CEOs of these other different businesses. Fanta culture stays tiny and irrelevant as a sub-segment of Fanta media.
I don't think so, but you have a way of being 2 years ahead of me on these things. So maybe I should just learn to listen to you right from the bat.
We wrote it down. So now it's only 1 year ahead because we wrote it in November. Well, I guess now it's like 6 months ahead or whatever.
Yes.
But Fanta Video is not its own business.
It wasn't going to be its own P&L. It was just going to be positioned as its own line, so that way people could understand what the hell we're talking about. We do so many things and can do so many things that I have to simplify it so people just even understand what we do. Like, what do you do? Oh, we specialize in this. Great, I get it. I get what you do. And so breaking out these elements.
If you're positioning towards entrepreneurs, that means there's a good chunk of your clients right now who are not entrepreneurs.
Yes. So
on the video side.
Yeah, there's two very strange things happening. So when we decided to go really hard into strategy and marketing, our video business blew up and got really, really big. Mm-hmm. Because I was talking to people about strategy and marketing, and they didn't give me any strategy and marketing work. They just gave me more video work.
Okay.
When we went really hard into entrepreneurship and something to prove and the things that scare us and hold us back, all of our corporate clients are giving us more work because somehow we're connecting with them even more.
More work for
them.
Yeah,
no, marketing, video, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so then why
they're giving us more work because somehow when we became way more focused on entrepreneurship and all of the emotional things that hold up entrepreneurs, our corporate clients, I still identify with it because they think they're entrepreneurial.
Is it because they think they're entrepreneurial, or just because they have something to prove?
Both. They have something to prove, but I've had very corporate clients tell me how entrepreneurial they are and how they thought about starting a business and how.
Well, that's different.
And how and how working in this company is just like working in your own company. And I'm like, okay. But
so you're saying, when you say we help entrepreneurs build and grow their business,
our goal is to focus on entrepreneurs. Our goal is to focus on entrepreneurs, and we will naturally, the more we focus on entrepreneurs, the fewer corporate clients that we'll have. The more we focus on scaling and growing businesses, the less one-off projects we'll have that are focused solely on video. The more we focus on what we can do inside for team and for culture and for fixing everything that has to happen to help you grow this business inside, the more it'll help us outside, and the more that we can, it's all part of the same ecosystem. Like, it's very hard to be a marketing agency and grow a business when the company can't, get a registration process fixed or can't get a sale. Like, we're responsible for the sale, and yet it's out of our control and it can't be fixed. So ideally,
but you're going to move away from corporate clients, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even though it's a good chunk of your current business, but this is where you're going. Because you don't think they're entrepreneurial, or what? Why don't you want to work with
they just can't move aggressively or fast enough. They can't be fast enough. They can't give us the level of control that we want. Yeah.
That has to be in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Write that down.
Yeah.
The fast enough and level of control. Because it's gonna self-select in and self-select out.
Mm-hmm. You know what's so great? I used to worry about a lot of things related to production. And the more that I've worked with you and even with a few other entrepreneurs who move very, very quickly, it's given me a confidence and a comfort level where now when some of my really corporate clients are moving quickly for them, like we're not only able to keep up, but like we like eliminate 6 steps and just jump ahead and then tell them we're doing that and all the reasons why we're doing it. And if they don't like our work, then we can bob and weave. But like it's the last 4 weeks, we've had this massive project where every 3 days it's changing. Like every 3 days we throw out everything that we've done and we start anew, and our deadlines haven't moved back. They've actually shrunk. And each step I'm just like, yeah, that's not a problem. We can do it.
What part of the business are you not going to touch?
My personal job going forward?
No, sorry. Fanta, the vision for Fanta,
yeah.
Chairman Mark.
Yeah.
Sounds very much like Chairman Mao. I like it.
Thank you.
And all of the CEOs that he has underneath him.
You called me Marxist yesterday, so.
It's great. It all fits. You got such a great name. You can do so much with it.
Thank you.
What are you not going to touch for business?
Operations and logistics right now.
No, ongoing.
Operations and logistics.
Okay, but you said right now, so ever.
Well,
like you're not going to come and teach a salsa class.
No.
Right?
No.
But you want to come
yeah. So that's a great point. Like we're not going to come in and help the organization do what they do better. Right? Like, hey, I want to be a renovator. Like I want to build the world's largest renovation company. We're not going to come in and teach you how to be a better renovator. You have to be already gifted at your craft or your skill. And it's the other side of the thing that you're not great at that is going to hold back your growth. If you're a charismatic entrepreneur who's a leader, then chances are your ability to build a team around you who can actually support you will be the thing that slow you down and hold you back.
Don't give it right now. What do you want to build?
These are the things I like, though. I like experience. Like the thought of aligning a whole bunch, being the middleman to align a whole bunch of VCs with a whole bunch of entrepreneurs doesn't really actually interest me. But if the lack of funding keeps them from growing, and we know that we can package or shape or reshape or tell their story better, do whatever we need to do, so that way when they're sitting in front of the person, they have a higher chance of doing it, that interests me a lot more. I'm still very attached to experience, marketing, communications, the brand, the story, all of those things. Maybe Fanta has its own VC fund, and we're going to pick up organizations that we like and scale them and own our own brands and take them to market as well. I don't want to do anything with admin or anything with process or anything with ops.
You don't?
I don't. I mean, I don't have any interest in owning the company that does, but I also don't like websites, and it's an important part of what a company has. So I can't get excited about coming in and helping people save 18% on their electricity bill by negotiating harder with some kind of like that. None of that stuff excites me.
Okay.
Does that excite you?
I'm just trying to figure out. So now say I need to hire somebody. I need to hire a team. Okay. I'm growing my business. I have revenue. I need to build a team under me.
Yeah. So my main goal is to help you articulate what's most important to you. What are your values?
Do you want to sit in on the meetings, on the hiring?
Do I know? Does the company?
Does Fanta culture want to be in the recruitment business? Are you sourcing people for me? Are
Yes.
you sitting in the meetings? Or are you just helping me identify? There's the strategy. So there's strategy, right?
But Fanta's in the business of strategy and execution. No. We're in the business of strategy and execution.
No. You're not. Because you don't want, there's a whole bunch of execution you don't want to do. Because admin is execution. Because ops is execution.
I'm not going to be in the ops strategy business though either.
It all connects.
I know it does, but at that point, we might as well just be the entrepreneur for them and running their own business for them.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out where the lines are. So you're doing strategy. You're not going to execute the whole strategy. You're going to execute pieces of it, specifically anything that relates to storytelling.
Experience. Anything that relates to experience.
No, because everything's experience. There's a lot of experience in admin.
Yeah.
Somebody's dealing with your HR department.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's dealing with invoicing or payroll.
Mm-hmm.
It's all experience.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to do that.
So this is why I scaled back the vision. So when we were at Tony Robbins the first time, and we were in a very exclusive area, and we're doing these exercises with these people where you had to. Area? We were in the CIS area. So Sean
at the front row. Okay.
Yeah, like this Olympic snowboarder and there's actors and there's
yes.
You brought me to an exclusive area. Anyway,
got it.
I'm working with this guy across from me, and we have to do this exercise where you have to show someone kind of pissed off, a little bit pissed off, and then I want to murder you pissed off, a little bit happy, crazy happy. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen you in 10 years. I'm so ecstatic, kind of happy. And this guy's going through these exercises, and he is just making me really uncomfortable.
He's an actor. He's great at it.
I didn't know he was an actor. He was so good at it. And I was like, dude, you're really good at this. And he's like, yeah, I'm an actor. I'm like, really? Oh, have you been in anything? And he's like, no, not really. And then I look at his name, I look him up, and he's like got his own Netflix show, and he works with like.
Okay. And
the point is,
how do you want to help him?
The point is when we're talking about things, at a certain point, we have to do these 60-second speeches or whatever. And he says, what do you do? And I say, well, I'm building this, type of agency. And at the time, this is what I told people. This is what people love. This is what I want to do. I just don't know how to do it yet. I said that we help companies or entrepreneurs overcome. We believe that any touch point that's an experience should be the best experience it can. And so we want to help people have the best experiences for any single touch point within your entire operations. So the way you send out an invoice and the way it's received is an experience and is an opportunity to give an amazing experience. The way that the box shows up and unravels or unpacks could be an amazing experience. And through this, he said, oh, you know what? And he got to the point where he realized at the end of our conversation, he had to fire his manager. He had to fire his manager because he realized that she was representing him.
It wasn't a good experience.
And it wasn't giving a good experience. It was
okay, so let's take that. Got it. Take that. What do you want to do for him? You want to help him find the new manager? You want to give the new manager? You don't want to be his manager.
I don't want to be his manager,
right? No. But so you want to help him hire a manager.
Yeah.
You want to help him identify what a great experience looks like, brand strategy, right?
Yes.
For you, what does a great experience look like?
Yeah.
Help him then identify who the person might be.
Yep.
The execution would be then maybe even helping him make a video about him saying, hey, I'm looking for a manager and I do this and whatever.
Yeah. And at scale,
but then he's
finding that manager for him at full operations.
Bring in a manager.
Yep.
Are you then going to audit the emails that she sends out and the cold calls that she's doing and the voicemail strategies that she's leaving for people? Because those are all experiences.
Yep. Maybe through secret shopping, maybe.
No, but like, is that the business that you want to be in? Like, how deep do you want to go?
I don't know yet.
Well, what do you want to build?
What I want to start with is the communications and the marketing and the storytelling side of it, which I'm very good at right now. The reason why I was combining this all under Phantom Media is something I could launch by hiring a single person without making it so big that it scares the shit out of me. Like, you're making it so big right now that I can't see that far.
What are you supposed to put on your wall, Mark?
Think big, be bold, and say yes. I know.
Great.
I'm saying yes.
And you're not thinking big and being bold. You say this scares you, and now I don't want to think about it.
You won't even swear.
I won't. It scares you, and you don't want to think about it. What you just said, your thing is think big.
Yes.
You don't want to think about it. Think big.
I can't see that far.
But we're going through the exercise. We're pulling you by the shirt alongside.
Yeah. We want to be the Accenture for entrepreneurs, but better than Accenture.
I don't know what they do.
They're a strategy consultancy.
You don't want to be a strategy consultant.
I know. That's why I said, but better. Like, it's very hard to explain what we want to do because as far as I can tell through all the research and all of the companies that I've looked at, we did a comp analysis. So usually you do a competitive analysis. You look at 5 competitors within your market. We had to pull 12 comp analyses for different industries and different geographies.
Because we being an entrepreneur, dude. That's everybody.
That's fine.
That's not just you. That's every entrepreneur ever.
That's fine.
You should have a hard time finding a comp analysis.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
It's just we want to be very, very good, and being a generalist does not help you do that. You want to be a specialist.
Okay, great.
In a bunch of different areas. So we want to be a specialist at a skill set that can be applied in all of these different situations.
So what you said is you want to do strategy. because it hits top level and leading with, one word and values and applying it to the whole company. And that's the lens through which everybody sees the world, has to be in the business and provides clarity, right? So great experience. Great. I got to fire my manager. Awesome. Easy. You want to assist. That's just strategy. That's a meeting. That's consulting. That's just hanging out with, that's a Mark solo operation. Mark doesn't need anybody to do that. We talked about that. That's just Mark coming in and saying, oh, you're about this? Great. Here's what you need to go off and do. You didn't like that because a lot of times you didn't go off and do it because you couldn't own the process. Great. That's the idea of building the company so that they could own the process and do it. But what do you own the process of? So storytelling is the easiest process, which applies to a lot of different scenarios, marketing being the most obvious. But if you're applying it to a recruitment video or a VC pitch campaign or something, you want to touch the storytelling part of it and own the actual execution of it, right? If somebody wants to do a VC pitch, you want to make the video that's going to help them do the pitch, but you don't want to,
or not just the video, even crafting the deck or understanding what are the aspects of your business that most apply to the VC that you're sitting in front of, or helping them run through, sample VC conversations and doing PR training with them. Like,
okay, but there's still a difference between the consulting and the strategy and the ideas you're giving them versus
execution.
What are you actually going to, are you going to go pick his suit for what he's going to wear to the event?
I didn't think at that level. No,
but like all the way down, that's execution.
Right.
Versus saying, how are you going to show up? Like, oh, you're going to, that could be a conversation. What are you going to wear? Maybe you shouldn't chew gum, all of that. But
maybe you shouldn't eat an avocado.
That's a 20, minute conversation or 10-minute conversation based off of what you see versus I'm going to own this process. So like, what's the process that you actually want to own versus just giving them ideas on what to do?
You keep asking the same question the same way, and I keep answering it the same way. Are we going in circles or no?
No, but you're not answering it. What do you actually want to own?
Because there are a million different services and deliverables that can be wrapped up in this.
Great. But what do you actually want to own? What do you want to create the business around that you're going to say, I'm going to hire
right
Mark,
now, or
what do you want to build?
10 years from now?
Great. 10 years from now, what do you want to build?
I want to build a company that will remove any roadblock that's holding an entrepreneur back.
Great. How much of the execution do you want to own?
As a company?
Yep.
All of it.
But you don't. You don't want to touch admin. You don't want to touch ops. You don't want to touch a bunch of stuff.
Eventually, I could get there.
You said you didn't want to do that. You said you don't want to.
I said I don't have any interest in doing that work. But if we have out of the six, let's say the six core elements that run a business, if 15% of our business is in an area like operations, logistics, or people in process that I don't really personally have a lot of interest in, but I hire people who love this stuff and are super good at it and are on mission and on value with it, then what's the problem with that? But that starts to move us away from the idea that that's like CEO Mark, not entrepreneur Mark. Entrepreneur Mark, I want to be in love with every single thing that we do. CEO Mark goes, well, websites are a really important part of our business, so we're going to do it. I just don't want to touch them because I don't like it. I got to go find people who love it and are really good at it.
Sure.
That's the same as with ops or process or admin or like, I think us reviewing
does entrepreneur Mark love the idea of having a company
that
removes
does
these things?
That entrepreneur Mark is focused on the outcome and is in love with the idea of having a company where you can sit down across from me and we will help take away your problems for you.
So do you want to just be the guy that people come to with an idea and you do everything? Hey, Mark, I'd love to start a new cryptocurrency.
No, you have to be gifted. You have to really have something and be gifted at what you do.
But here's the thing. The more gifted somebody is at one thing, the more they suck at everything else.
And there is Fanta to help them.
So that's the company you want to build. So somebody
that's the vision that's so big.
Yeah.
That's so big that a year ago when I told it to you, it made me really uncomfortable to say it.
Okay, great.
And that was the vision.
Okay, think big, be bold, say yes. Great.
Yes.
Let's move on.
Great.
So that's the business you want to build.
Yes.
So now you have to figure out what is the thing that you don't want to touch, that you need that one person. You're in the business of basically covering their blind spots.
Yes. And all we can do right now is we can start
right now.
Perfect. Great. Okay. Awesome.
So who's the ideal person? They're a technician. They're in a scalable business, like a technology, like a VC, for example, is not going to touch a convenience store. The returns aren't there.
Right.
They need to be in high scalable. So it's software, it's tech.
Yeah.
That's most VC deals. Some might be, healthcare or something, but they're not touching. Most deals don't make it through because they can't scale. Mm-hmm. So what's the criteria for the people that you want to be ideally working with? Is scalability important? Obviously, the mindset of the entrepreneur, the willingness to take on help, the willingness to have a partner and all of this, right? Great.
Right now we use spend targets to dictate. If someone has a certain spend, then they're willing to make certain investments. They are of a certain size. They understand how important this is, and they have a certain mindset. So that's what we're using right now. In the future, I don't know what metric we'll use to dictate it, but the few things that are kind of like softer things are successful companies who grew through hustle and growth has slowed down, or what used to work is no longer working because they just grew through shaking hands and being really good at their job. And now they've introduced themselves to everyone they can introduce themselves in their current market. Those types of people are really great to work with because they see what they had, they see how great they were, and it's kind of slipping away. And they're like, okay, I need to go to a new market. I need to find new client sources. I need to change. Something is holding me back. And usually in those, they've gotten fat and lazy, and we can really transform the company very quickly. Or
a more radical approach for you.
Okay. Can we name it something?
Probably.
Okay, great. The radical approach.
No, this is legit.
Yeah.
You take a visionary entrepreneur who wants to do good. I mean, that's going to be an important part of you. It's not just about making money. They have to be purpose driven. They want to have a real impact on the world, right? Mm-hmm. To work with Mark. Right? Mm-hmm. You go buy a company, install them as the visionary now behind it, and then go blow up the brand.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Gary talks all the time about the fact the only reason he built his agency and is running his agency is he's waiting for the recession so he can go out, take over private brands. I've heard him on podcasts talk about how he's really tired of being in the agency business. Okay. because you work at the whim of your clients, right? Like It's not, you're building someone else's company. And so all of us who are on the agency side dream of being like, like I think about it. I think about you. I think about it all the time. When you're on me and you're like, hey man, what's going on with my landing page? And I'm just like, I have like 14 different things that I'm worried about. Like I would love the opportunity to be responsible for just building one thing. I dream of that. Like imagine how nice it'd be to dig into just one thing. So I dream of the opportunity in the future to have like here is the company that we start, or here is the person we come across that we like, that we want to blow up and get big. And if we,
but don't start.
Don't start what?
You're doing the hardest part. No, I'm saying don't start. Don't take an entrepreneur and start.
Oh yeah, no, like take this thing and then blow it up. This thing with like that has something to it, grab it and blow it up. Yeah.
Who needs more vision back in? But they already have like. Do you remember a shell company? Like when you're going to go public, a reverse IPO.
Okay.
You know what reverse IPO is? No, you ever heard of it? It's a technique to go public. Like one of the ways to go public, to get money, is to go public, right? Yeah. And you don't have to only go public on the NASDAQ. There's a bunch of tiny little stock exchanges you can go public on as well. A great way to just do it fast is you buy a company that already has gone through the process and you just take them over.
Okay.
This is it. Like there's so much work to go and build something from scratch versus already built up awareness, brand equity, all of it.
I know. I have to build Fanta. Because like the thing is like really in reality, like if we want to be the counterbalance to the entrepreneur, right? There's 4 parts of a business or 5 or 6 parts of a business. They're going to be good at 1 or 2 of them. We have to be good at the other side of it. And which
becomes a joint venture between you and them.
Okay.
You're not a fee for service business.
Yeah, I still have to finance it then. I have to finance it and carry that.
You do it on smaller scales and then you build it up.
Yeah.
You'll make way more money doing it too, being an owner as opposed to just taking the fee. Will never justify all the work you do. The fee will never be justified, and you'll never get it back.
Of course. When I think about how big this could be, it's like I'm an up here or down here person, right? I'm thinking really big picture, or I'm thinking like, what am I doing today? What am I doing this hour? What do I have to write for this project?
You need to do what I did.
The middle place is the place where I'm just like, this is why I needed Louis.
What I did with Alex is what you need to do. That's your business.
I like it.
TDS was a successful business that you could have afforded, right? I'm not talking about buying, book publishing companies or M&Ms or something, right? Like It's a local business with potential. You don't want to be in the salsa business. Now you have no connection to salsa. I did, but
I've thought about this. I've thought about this often.
Like you install your version of Alex.
Yep.
Who's purpose driven, and you give him a piece of the company, and then you run the business through your machine.
And I need to build the machine. But so where we started this conversation though, with me running everything under Phantom Media, and this is like this is the bridge. You always talk about the bridge, right? Or the seed. Like this is the first step. The first step is me saying, hey, is Phantom Culture happening? Yes, it's happening. Great. And it's only in this capacity right now because we're not ready for recruitment. But then we'll move into recruitment, and then we're going to move into training, and then we're going to move into people and process, and then we're going to move into operations, and then that'll take us to admin and logistics. And then that'll take us, like if it's a circle, I can start here and I can move my way around by like edging away at it. No?
No.
Okay.
It's going to take you too long.
I've got a call in 3 minutes, but this is a good conversation.
It's going to take you too long. It's just going to take you too long. Like the best way to do it is just do it. You got to go find a company and look at one of the companies that are for sale.
I just don't have any money right now.
So it doesn't mean like finance it from profits, finance it from like if somebody's desperate to get out and they need to move on, there's so many businesses that just close their doors and people just walk away from it. At least you're giving them an opportunity.
Why are you trying to you're wearing my skin right now? Okay, great. I want to do these big things and do all of these things, but do you not want me to focus right now on building Phantom Media?
This is Phantom Media.
Okay.
Phantom Media as a fee-for-service video production company doesn't exist. That's just like
not as a video production company, no.
Whatever. But as a marketing agency, it's not even like it's not what you actually want to do. You'll never get the satisfaction of it because you'll never have complete control and you'll never get paid what you're worth.
So I should just shut all this stuff down and just
No, that's the bridge. No. It's very much the bridge, but don't start building these little micro bridges. Like this feeds you. This is great. You're growing your company. You're hiring your team. You still go into you still bring on clients and do your agency work. That's great.
But the more you are, the more of a generalist you are, and the less of a specialist you are. And so therefore, the less you can charge and the less people seek you out,
Well, that's why if you wanted to build that business, that's why you have CEOs of different companies. They're all different companies led by its own CEO that is an expert at that thing. But that's not actually what you want to build.
So tell me what I want to build.
I just did. You want to find distressed businesses.
Okay.
You want to own them. Pay nothing to get them. You just got to find your first deal.
Yeah.
Some kind of profit share. Some company that already has some kind of dude, every day I go to I get a notification from Blog.to talking about another restaurant that's closing that's been around for 40 years or something, right? Now, it doesn't mean you get in the restaurant business, but there's a lot of equity that brand has built. There's a lot of people who know who that company is, that they just have systems that suck. You get to take 40 years of them building up their reputation, inject somebody new who actually really cares about it, and build a business. That's what you need to do. Are you doing
TDS tonight or no?
No.
Are you free at 5 or no?
I'll make it free at 5.
Oh, okay. I'll call you then. They're knocking on my door. I'm late for this call.
We're gonna keep the people in, right?
Yeah, we'll keep going. We'll
Come
keep
back.
going. Part two.
Part two. Because
Part
come
two,
back on
5
the Zoom
o'clock.
call
Yeah.
at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so welcome back to all of our listeners.
We're back. We're doing it. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Well, whatever. We have I have my YouTube button here now.
What
Great.
through the magic of editing, what you may not realize is it's now 45 minutes later.
Yeah, instead of being an hour and a half later, we're only 45 minutes later.
Yeah.
Great. So, go, Mark. This is now going to be
No. You were saying it. You were saying it. You were like, you don't want that, Mark.
Okay.
This is what you want.
Okay, and so how does that
and
sit with you?
And I ran out of time. So what do I want?
You know what you want. Just sit with it. How does it feel? You're a feeler. We know that. You said you're an expert at feeling or something like that. We all heard it.
Yeah. I don't remember what you said.
Well, try to paraphrase because I came back here.
Try to paraphrase? Dude, it was 45 minutes ago. I've context switching. I've had 3 different conversations since then.
I was very busy myself too in the 45 minutes. I wasn't just sitting here meditating, waiting for Mark to show up.
So you don't remember what you said either?
No, I remember. I'm hurt. So go paraphrase.
Paraphrase. You want me to? I don't remember, man. I don't remember. You summarized it all beautifully. I don't remember. I remember what I wanted to say, but you kept shooting it down. I remember. Please tell me again. Mark
needs to buy.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Businesses.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Finish the sentence.
Distress businesses and blow them up.
And install a visionary leader who can take the heart and soul. They're purpose driven. This is not just black and white.
Yep.
Blood in the street, buy the business up, right? Yep. Rockefeller style.
Yep.
Purpose driven entrepreneurs, and you're going to build them up. That's why it's important to
in the future, I'm doing this.
No, you could start right. What do you mean in the future? Right now.
Okay, fine. I'm doing this.
No. Okay, yes, I'm doing this, but like that should be. You should be on the lookout.
So what do I do with Fanta? I still turn it into. I still have to turn this into the thing that gives. The reason I have Fanta, you've heard this, so forgive me, but the audience may not. The reason that I need Fanta is because all I care about at the end of the day is sitting across from someone and wanting to help them and make them a promise. But I don't want to personally be the person to deliver on the promise. I want to make them a promise, and I want to own the asset or own the business or own the system or own the people or have the way to be able to deliver on that amazing promise. I just don't want to do the technical work myself. That's why I need Fanta. How does owning these distressed businesses fit into this?
It doesn't fit into it. It's the whole thing. How does Fanta?
The whole thing.
Yeah. It's the whole thing. It's the thing. This is what you want to do.
Great. So how does Fanta fit into all of this then?
Fanta has given you skill sets.
Yes.
And team members.
Yeah.
To actually execute.
Right. Yeah. Deliver on the promise. So now I'm just making a promise to myself rather than a promise to someone else.
No, both. But you're going to own it. You're going to own the business.
Yep.
And install a visionary leader.
Okay. Who's
purpose driven.
Yes.
To take over and win.
Okay. I like it.
Like think about TDS. Okay.
Yes.
I use that as an example because it's of the size.
Don't use TDS as an example because I'll say things that I'll regret.
You won't, and it's a great example. Just hang with me. Jesus, Mark. It's of the size that you could have done something. You could have, if Sharon came to you, you could have taken over the business. You could have worked out a deal, even if maybe no money. Like you could have worked out something. It's of the size that it's doable, right? You may not have the heart and soul connection to it, but it's of the size that it's doable. You could own the whole thing. You don't want to run it. And you don't know enough about dance to be the instructor. You never want to be the instructor. But you could find an Alex or another Alex. If it's not this Alex, it's a different Alex. And help him build the business. Take over the company and pay out the owner, take over the company and build the business. Versus for all of the struggles that imagine, work with Alex is a great petri dish example. And Alex may not be the guy that you ultimately want to try to work with, right? As a visionary entrepreneur, maybe he doesn't fit the mold for all the criteria you're looking for, right? But if Alex were to come to you with just the idea to say, Mark, I want to start a salsa dancing business that's about belong. You might say, wow, that's amazing. I love it. Connection, belong, mission driven, one word, all of it. to go through the process of creating a school and starting from scratch is insanely long and difficult. TDS already has a reputation. It already is the #1 school in the country. It already has a location, it has history, traction. It required a rebranding. It required a logo change. It required changes, right? But there's a lot of built-in positive inertia that helps the company, that then injecting Alex in versus starting a brand new, like it might take Alex 7 years to get to where TDS just is right now, or when he took over. Maybe with your help, it gets there in 4 years or something, but it's still 4 years versus right away. And that's a business that is affordable and you could do a deal on, right? A bigger deal, you might have to finance and you know, there's options, but I think that's what you need to be doing.
So what do I do with Fanta then?
Fanta
I
becomes
still need my execution team.
Exactly. Fanta gets rolled into making these things happen.
You do know, like, the month before I got really depressed in the fall of 18, I came to you and I said, like, hey, you know, like, it bothers me that that I'm building up these companies and I don't have a piece of them and that I don't have control over them and that I can't really, I'm on the outside. Okay. I had this opportunity to, like, own, you know, part of a business and take equity for the work that we're doing and all of this stuff. And you told me that it was a silly thing to do, that it was a silly reason to take equity, that, you know, that, yeah, like I had this idea a year and a half ago and you talked me out of it.
Oh, dude, you did not have this idea. Why is this idea different?
Because I'm installing a CEO rather than...
Yes, you are owning the business.
Right.
Yes,
okay.
You own the business. You are buying you're picking the business,
right?
And then you're installing somebody who they have a piece of your company.
Yes.
Not even half. Like, they're running it.
Yeah.
You're giving them a piece of the business, maybe a salary, maybe not. Depends on budget and all that. It's your company.
So if this is not long-term vision and this is short-term vision, and for everyone listening, this is what hanging out with Evan is like. He gets to
right.
This
show is just about hanging out, right?
I've actually missed these life-altering moments that you throw at me. Curveball.
Because you wanted to talk about how insecure made you to think big, be bold, and say yes.
And now think about how insecure I feel living. Think big, be bold, and say yes.
Now we're doing something real.
Yeah, there you go. So what do I just...
I think finding the person is more important than finding the business. Finding the person that you love, that you want to mentor and coach and work with, who's a genius. You're in the business of covering every blind spot except the most important one to running the company. Like, you would go to Alex and say, Alex, all I need you to do is be the greatest salsa instructor on the face of the planet, and I'm going to take over everything else. And you build the machine by doing, as opposed to building the machine now by taking on little pieces slowly for other companies and trying to make it all work.
I gotta sit with this for a bit to figure this out.
You just did. You had 45 minutes.
I was on client calls for 45 minutes.
That was useless.
I had an operational conversation.
Come on, that's all small
I'm so
stuff.
good on these calls. I'm so good.
Great.
You have no idea.
You're great. I believe you're great at what you do. Jesus. I know you're great at what you do. You're also dealing with people who suck. Not as people, but they're just stuck in their head.
Okay, so I see this. I see what you're saying. I see the promised land. I see the vision.
Okay, great. So here's the starting point.
Is
there anybody you have in mind?
No, because I still have to build this machine. I have to build the blind spot machine. I have to build the blind spot machine.
No, you're going to build it through doing. You're going to build it while you're on the ocean.
But we already have a lot of doing, and it's called our current client base, which I can slowly weed out. But
the Fanta as it is the bridge to get to the thing.
Okay, explain.
You don't shut down Fanta and you should be a full-time idea opportunity looker.
Okay, great.
You're making money, right?
Yeah.
You keep down this path of building the agency and taking on client work, and that's all going to teach you. But that's all the small pond opportunity.
It's just getting this is basically the Gary V play, basically, right? Build the agency, build the team, build everything in house, so that way when the opportunity comes along, you take it and you just build the crap out of it.
Okay. Great. So then do that. So now you still do Fanta, but you're looking for people. You're looking for the person. You're looking for the visionary person who you think could crush it at running a certain business, but is missing. You want the person who's missing 1,000 skill sets.
Okay.
You want the person who's genius, like insane,
right,
at 3 things, and that's it, and sucks at the other 1,000 to run a company. And
you're
going to say, don't worry,
the machine
I've got you.
Makes the rest of it happen. Yeah. That's my brand promise. Did I told you that or no? Yeah.
Right, but you're going to build the machine alongside of as the problems arise.
Okay. Now, Alex is an operator who just, you basically mentor and make sure he's not messing up too much.
Okay.
Is the CEO an operator then too? Or are they just a genius?
Depends on, this is why I was asking you, what is the skill set that they need to have? Like, who will you not help?
Well, I mean, I won't help people who, like right now, the best people that I can work with are people who are actually really, really great at operations, because my balance to that is not operations, right? You know, it's the sales, it's the marketing, it's the feeling, it's all of those things.
Okay, so you need to find somebody who's great at operations, but is mission driven and wants to create something. And then give them a brand that they really connect with and love.
So how does this help me with the work I'm doing now to reposition Fanta for the new site and actually explain to these current clients, not these companies I'm taking over, the current clients that I'm bringing on and who are entrepreneurial? What does it matter if I'm launching Fanta Media and Fanta Culture and all these things? Because I got to build out their opposites, right?
It's like you just found out that you're moving to another country and you're asking me like, what sock do I put on? It's like, it so doesn't matter. Do anything, whatever.
No, but I was going to do anything before and you told me all of it was wrong.
Yeah, but now it doesn't matter because we're playing a much bigger game. I thought the bigger game was having CEOs of different businesses and you're inside, outside, all that stuff. Nobody's buying from you from your website anyway, right? It's going to be because they're talking to you and you're having a conversation, whatever. It's not a throwaway, but in the scale of what we're talking about now, it doesn't matter. It's insignificant. Put whatever up. Go with what you had, whatever. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. You're going to build something much bigger. What you need to be asking is how do I attract the person to me that is the person I want to work with, and then find the brand that we can work together on. Like I would really heavily look through.
I have to crush some limiting self-beliefs before I even get there.
Like what?
I'm really biased against taking on partners. So
Okay, well,
I would
that has to happen.
So there you go. So
you're good. Okay, next.
No, I'm saying I'd have to become unbiased.
Listen, are you married, Mark? Great. You took on a partner. Next.
You didn't ask the real question is, would I get married again?
Would you get married again, Mark?
No, I already have a wife. Thank you.
Great. And look what you had. You got 4 kids, 3 more on the way. It's great.
3, all right. We had to stop as soon as you run out of seats in a minivan, basically. That's where we stopped.
Okay. You'll find a partner. You'll be fine. You have to find the right partner. Okay. Yeah. Next. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's it. Awesome. Great.
No. I mean, it seems like the thing to work towards. It doesn't seem like the thing like I should stop focusing on what I'm doing right now. So next week I start looking for this partner on top of building my personal brand and becoming a speaker. Like we talked last week about how I have like 5 things on the go and the top 3 things take up my focus. So I just never get to number 4 and 5. Now I'm just adding another thing.
No. This is actually not another thing. This is finally.
This is everything?
This is finally the intersection of it all together. This is not Fanta Media and Mark Drager being separate. This is all of it combined. Okay. This is what a combined actual business looks like.
Okay.
Mark Drager becomes a guy who builds these businesses up, and he has this machine that he continues to build up and implement along the way.
Okay.
You have to go find the guy. Like, listen, if you loved working with Alex and he was a dream guy, I would pitch him, even now, I would pitch him to say, hey, here's an idea. I want 10% of the company. It's not quite the model of like you buy the company, because Alex is
Right.
Alex doesn't own the company yet, but he doesn't. He has his own path, but that's another bridge. But you don't want to.
I know there are other organizations that do this, so I just have to. I have to reposition what the next few years looks like to me, because my goal was to have, 140 person team servicing 60 clients across North America. And now this is, how do I have the A team that can help people when we want to help them, but then snatch up and grow businesses as well. Like, basically I'm building an agency for my own assets. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And soon you won't be taking on any external work.
Right. I just have
Evan
my
Carmichael.
Except for Evan Carmichael.
Exactly. The one marketing client.
You know that every time that I get a little bit busier with myself, I have a little bit less time to spend on you, right?
I'm not happy about that. It really, it makes me amazingly happy and then disappointed. No, not disappointed.
Yeah.
Heartbroken. We talked about this on the IG Live.
Yeah.
I need my video, dude. I need my video.
We don't have, like, you can keep saying that, but we don't have good footage of you. I've got Jason lined up. When is your next opportunity that you're walking on this big stage? It's March 6th, or it's whenever you're flying away. Like,
what about the video I sent you from Phoenix? Yeah. I'm walking on a big stage, different angles.
It's okay.
Really? That's not a big enough stage? It's 2,000 people in that room.
It's not just good. It's not good enough footage.
Oh, okay. So, but
we're playing in a different area.
Great, but like there's got to be.
No, like I even talked to Louis about us renting a theater.
There we go.
An empty theater, and lighting the whole thing and getting the shots of you doing what you need to do.
Let's do it.
We're working on it. We're working on it. We're just not working on it right now.
Enough. All right, enough. Anyway, yes. That becomes a thing. So you need to find the person. You should look at the people who you hang out with, interact with, who are in your circle, who you see a lot of potential in, but they have obvious blind spots.
But step one is still me building the team that I need to build here to even have that machine run. Step two is then bringing on.
No. Parallel paths. No. Parallel path. No.
I'm going to be stretched really thin financially. I know I will, because I'm already taking. We've talked in the podcast about the risks I'm taking on. I'm already
doing
having to bring on.
Deal. There's lots of businesses that you can get that would be a share of the profits that come out of the company, because they're just shutting down.
I like the idea. I just need to think about it.
If you make it one, then two never happens, because you're never done with one, because there's always a new skill set that you need to add to build the machine. It's parallel path. This is just like you started with the video business, and then you got into the marketing agency business.
Yeah.
And it's not like one, like the video business should be a part of the agency business, but the video business started much sooner, have more clients, have more traction. Agency, you're starting from zero, but you started it.
Yeah.
This is going to be the same thing. Everything you've just built will be folded into the new enterprise. You won't do client services anymore. You don't want to do client services. You don't want to be in a client services business. Yeah. So it has to be parallel paths. Otherwise, you'll never do the second one. But all it is right now is listening, paying attention, talking about it. I want to do this thing. I'm afraid to do this thing. Thinking about who might be a good fit. Having it be on your mind. That's all it is now. To find the person. Are you texting right now?
My wife called me, and she never calls me. She only calls me when there's an emergency.
Okay, you want to call her?
I just said, "You okay?" Let's see here. I think Silas, I got a text earlier. I think he chipped one of his teeth and has to go in for emergency dental or something.
Hello?
Hey, you're technically on a podcast with Evan, but what's up?
It's not an emergency. So.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to know recipe of yours.
Okay, a recipe for what?
For your creamy coleslaw.
Oh, okay. A few tablespoons of mayonnaise, some hot sauce, a little bit of vinegar and lemon, garlic,
Mayonnaise,
and then cream.
hot sauce, vinegar, lemon.
Cream, garlic.
Oh, okay. Mayonnaise,
Mayonnaise?
Where's the hot sauce?
Oh, can you write it down. Evan's laughing or uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
He just said he's not uncomfortable. Never
Laughing.
mind.
Okay, you said garlic?
Garlic, lemon, a little bit of vinegar.
You know, you just rhyming things off as I'm looking for them is not very helpful. Just be patient. I'm getting it all out. There we go. Mayonnaise, hot sauce, lemon juice, garlic, and cream. Is that what you said?
Yeah, and a little bit of vinegar. So you take the mayonnaise, you mix everything in that you kind of want to taste, and then you use the heavy cream to make it liquidy enough.
Okay.
Okay, goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, I thought it was an emergency, but it's just a
We have to keep all that in, right? We got to keep that in. That's got to
Okay,
stay in
sure.
the podcast.
Sure, this is what marriage is like, everyone.
Partnership.
There you go.
So you start talking about it. You start thinking about it. It's on your awareness. You start even making some content on your Mark Drager page about it.
Oh, man, you're okay. I'm
But
I'm barely over the last big change.
You're fine.
I
Mark,
just-
what are the 3 things that are going in your wall?
Yeah, think big, be bold, say yes. Yes.
Okay, great.
And I'm ready to think big, and I'm ready to be bold, and
Okay,
I'm even ready to say that I can make this happen.
Okay,
I'm
then
just
stop
not ready for
complaining about.
tomorrow for me to start working on this. That's what I'm not ready for yet.
Okay, then change it to think big, be bold, and say tomorrow, or say next month.
I'm saying yes. I'm saying yes.
Okay, but what's
I'm
say yes? Say
saying
yes
yes.
means when, Mark? What's say yes? Say yes means next year? When say yes? There's
Say
no-
yes means
Think about it, and next month we'll do something. No, it doesn't have to be a giant step.
I'm not even spending enough focus on my. So should I hold on? Just help me here. Should I just ignore focusing on speaking then to make up room for this? Should I?
It's all part of it.
I know it's all part of it, but
you don't have to like focus on it.
I
just
do.
want it in your
Otherwise I never get.
awareness.
Oh, okay. Well, then it is in my awareness. It's already been in my awareness. I wanted to buy an Orange Theory in the summertime and have Jacqueline run it, and we were looking at franchising fees and stuff, and I thought I could crush it. And I was asking people about
Okay, but here's the thing.
operating
Hold on.
costs and stuff.
Is Jacqueline the person to run a
No.
business?
No.
Okay.
That's why I didn't go ahead. But
No, but this is the thing. Like that's the second business, at least that I've heard of, that you wanted Jacqueline to run for her happiness, I guess, or yours, or whatever. But you need to find the person,
right.
not the opportunity, not the Harry Potter store, not the Orange Theory.
Yeah.
The person. Who's the person?
I don't know.
Well, but that's what needs to be on your awareness. I want to find the person. I'm looking for the
believe them
person.
and trust them and all of that stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
I want to find the person. That's what you're creating content
Podcast listeners,
on. Yeah, there you go. Look, he's doing it. He said yes.
drop
He's
me an
doing it,
email.
friends.
Mark at markdrager.com.
Mark@markdrager.com. You
There
want
you go.
to start a business with this man and have him blow you up.
I don't know if
Mark?
anyone, I honestly think, and this isn't me being fake humble, if anyone has listened to this podcast and gotten to this point, I think they're going to run far away from wanting to partner with me.
I don't think so.
No?
You're in the blind spot covering business. You need to find somebody who's a genius at the thing that they do.
Yes.
And
Can I
you're
at
gonna
least start with the things that I'm good at?
Of course.
Okay,
Like
perfect.
if you took over TDS right now,
Yeah, there's so much I'd fix, but yes.
there's so much you could fix.
Mhm.
There's so much you have no idea how to do,
Yes. I
and
agree.
you would learn by doing.
Mhm.
You don't know what the admin side or any of it looks like for TDS.
Yeah.
You would have to look at it and give some input, but you'll learn. Like the way to learn is by being in it, as opposed to waiting in 4 years, you get some client who has some logistics issues, and then you're going to work with them and slowly build and scale up that company.
Okay.
You have enough.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
help.
I need to build out great ops teams and system teams and everything else here too, though. Then, because that's the stuff that I'm not gonna. I need to build up a SWAT team who can go in, fix some mission critical things, and go.
Great. But before that, you need to find the person. You have enough already to run with. You already have enough. You have enough to blow up TDS if you wanted to. You have enough to blow up Evan Carmichael if you wanted to. You have enough.
I'm the bottleneck. So that's why I don't have enough though. That's why, yes, if all I did was focus on you, right? A year and a half ago, you're like, oh, what do we want to do with the tour? And I was like, I'm not interested in the tour. I'm interested with your whole brand. You know, like if you were my focus, if you were my company, if you were my brand, if I worked on your brand, of course we would get crazy fast traction and all of these things would change. But I'm the bottleneck.
Mm-hmm.
So much of what we're just figuring out, even this week, so many big wins here at Fanta with, you know, the team stepping up, you know, new team, new attitudes, you know, the team stepping up and changing the speed in which we work and delivering stuff without me being involved. It's like I came in so thrilled this morning because of these little things that feel like they should happen, but for years have not happened.
Okay.
I still need to keep this momentum going in Fanta to build up this team.
Sure.
So that way I'm not a bottleneck.
No. Well, you're always going to be bottleneck. I'm the biggest bottleneck at my own company too.
And I keep telling you to hire bottleneck relievers.
Your time. Like now it's like spending the next day thinking about inside, outside, whatever. That doesn't matter anymore. Focus on what matters. Like every day, focus on what matters.
We are in the company blowing up business. Okay.
This is
Thank you, Evan.
This is very exciting.
This actually is really exciting.
It is very exciting.
Yeah, it does feel right. I was gonna say I'm a clean slate kind of guy, but maybe I'm not.
Starting from scratch is the hardest thing to do. It just takes so long to build any kind of momentum.
No, I don't mean starting these other businesses from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how do I get from where I am today to where I need to be in 6 months to where I need to be in 12 months? I got to figure out, as much as I'm a feeler, I'm still going to think through. I got to figure out these steps so that way I know the plays, because the plays I have in my playbook right now, the next 5 plays that I have to do are all around much more client facing. And so I still need to be client facing. We still need that as we now build another parallel pass. And I don't have those. I haven't thought through the next steps so that way I can go, oh, okay, it's A, B, C, D. Perfect. I've got it figured out. Might only take me an hour. Might take me a day to figure out. I know I'll figure it out quickly.
Whatever. The next steps will be wrong anyway, dude.
Thanks.
Awesome. Show me your 5-step plan to do this. And then let's look at it in a year and see if that actually was a thing that happened.
Hey, you said put a COO in place.
Yeah.
I said I had 2 possible people it can be. We picked one. We put him in place.
Really? Who was the other guy? I don't remember who the other guy was.
I can't talk about that.
Oh, okay. Forget
confidentiality. But
Good.
yeah.
Got it. You tell me after. I didn't remember there was a second guy. Anyway,
yeah. There's 2 possibilities.
Good. Did we talk about this? Did I give an opinion on who?
Yeah.
Did I pick Louis?
Yeah. Yeah. So I had a plan. It was like, okay, get COO. Perfect. I have 2 possibilities. Louis the man. Put Louis in charge. Fantastic. Mm-hmm. Have the team get a sense of the new direction. Move into more agile. I've been thinking about an agile mindset for six months. How do we make a more agile type company? Which, perfect. So that was the next step. Now after that, like, you know, turning over team and finding more people and right people, that revealed itself to me. But we knew that we would have to have different team members on board. Like the steps I've done over the last year, there were a whole bunch of surprises. There was a whole bunch of learning, but I was able to follow the playbook. We're hiring the people in the order that we need to hire them in, right? We needed to replace a key team member. We knew that for months, but we replaced that person. We knew we needed to find a second for them. We did that. We knew we needed to create a new content role. We did that. We know that we need a PM and account manager. Those are the next 2 steps we have to do. Like every time Louis freaks out at me, I just say, just follow the steps. Follow the steps.
Wow.
You don't like any of that?
It's all micro. So sure. But then
you can't play macro all the time.
No, that's fine. But you have to know when you need to, right? Like you now redoing the website may not be the best use of time. Is it going to help you get more clients for Fanta in the next 2 years? Yes. Mm-hmm. Great. The getting caught up on the language, inside, outside, all that stuff, it is honestly much more of a fun exercise and actually leading to meaningful results.
Well, before I talked to you 2 hours ago, I didn't know that I was going to change my entire life direction. So now that I know,
Great. I
can choose what I want to do as next steps. Like, hey, here's something. Maybe I need to introduce to my team this new concept of what we're working towards.
Right.
Because guess what? They didn't even sign up for this.
Of course they did.
Let's go.
Because they signed up for Mark Drager, and that's what Drager's all about. You're going to tell me, you're going to walk out there, you're going to talk to Louis, and you're going to tell him what you want to do, and he's not going to say, Mark, dude, let's go crush this.
Louis will say that for anything all the time.
That's what I'm talking about. They signed up for Mark Drager. You got somebody who's not on board with that?
Louis, I'm married to. I will marry Louis. Louis, we're married. Great. There we go.
See? Everybody's going to be, what? You're going to go talk to Alex, who's the new guy, all in charge of all the digital marketing. Say, Alex, here's what I want to do. I want to take over a distressed company who's really struggling in their marketing, has no idea what they're doing digital, are still doing super old school stuff. I want to install a visionary leader who wants to build a purpose-driven business, and I want you to help him revamp their entire marketing campaign. You don't think he's going to be saying like, dude, let me in. He's going to be up all night working on it.
Yeah, he would like that.
He loves that stuff, dude. That's what I'm talking about. You got it. They're already signed up. But the best part is now building momentum, because you're looking for people to get ideas of who you need to find the person. But shutting down Fanta and spending 100% of your time trying to find the person is not a good use of time.
No, I wouldn't do that anyway.
Okay, but like clean slate, you don't have to do that. That's not the play.
No, yeah. Okay.
But you need to be thinking about it. You need to be putting out content and just on your awareness and finding people to connect with that person. It's going to come. And then you got to go find the business. Find the right person, and you find the business. And then you find the right structure, the deal that's not going to bankrupt you.
Perfect.
And then you blow it up.
I'll let you figure that out for me, since
what?
This is one area that I've never played. You know, when people ask about financing, when they ask about VCs and angels and blowing up businesses and M&A and all of this stuff, this is literally an area that I've never played. I talk to people who play in it, but I don't know anything about. So this is also something that even though I flirt with the idea, would never really seriously cross my mind, because I've never really been exposed to it.
Well, great. You weren't exposed to the internet either, Mark, and now look at what you're doing. Jesus.
I'm not making excuses. I'm explaining to you why I'm going to need your help even more.
Great.
Because I'm not going to know how to do any of this
Your
stuff.
first deal is a no money deal.
Okay.
Your first deal needs to be a distressed business, like a TDS, where the owner wants to leave, but has some reputation, has built something significant, that you can make a deal where they're going to take a piece of the revenue or the profits for X number of years, or until a certain amount of dollars are paid out over a certain number of years, but you're not putting anything down. That should be your first deal.
Okay.
And as you build that up, then you can worry about financing future deals.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm in the business of taking over businesses.
You could make it better than that, but sure.
I'm telling you, radical simplicity. That's what I'm going for here.
You can still have it simple. You don't need a giant convoluted sentence on it. But yeah, you want to blow up. You want to blow up. I don't know. You want to install visionary brands, visionary leaders into distressed companies and blow them up. So simplify that. That's extraordinary.
You get so excited about this stuff. I know you do.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's actually meaningful. Because that's actually what you need to go off and do. That's the best.
How long have you been thinking about this?
What do you mean? Nothing. I just came.
How many months? How many years have you been like, Mark needs to really do this?
0 today.
This is just brand new, right?
Yeah.
And in 3 months, you might tell me there's something else I need to do, right?
No, this is it.
This is it?
In 3 months, there might be a different shift, but macro, this is it. This is what you need to do.
Okay.
Yep.
And just help me as a thinker and a feeler. Help me understand the reasons why you're convinced that this is something I have to do.
Because it's right.
Great. Great.
Because it feels right. It already feels right.
No, give me a few bullet points.
I'm not solving an emotional question with logical reasons.
Okay. Let me give you a logical question then.
No, the logical question doesn't matter. Big decisions with the heart, small ones with the head.
Your heart's in it.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm pissed. I get less Drager time. You know how busy you're going to be running all these companies? Like, Mark, I need something. And he's like, I'm too busy. Jesus.
We can just bring EC into the fold.
What?
EC Enterprises. We can just make it one of the. We could just
EC
make it one of.
Enterprises.
Yeah.
And now I'm buying all these companies.
No, your company is one of Fanta's first in the portfolio.
Oh, great!
You're the visionary leader that I'm installing.
What's the distressed company that we're buying then, Mark?
Your brand is the distressed company.
My brand is not a distressed company, my guy.
My guy.
But if you took somebody like a thought leader and said, "Hey, I want to take over. Zig Ziglar just died, and I want to take over. I want to buy Jim Rohn's stuff, and I want you to be the new Jim Rohn. I want you to be whoever bought the Think and Grow Rich and is like pimping all the Think and Grow Rich. That should be you. Who bought the rights to Think and Grow Rich? And like, there's some guy who's just in charge of Think and Grow Rich now. Not related to Napoleon Hill, just some dude.
Right.
That should be you. You should be the guy who's not the guy, but the guy who's making all that happen.
The guy who's the guy.
Yeah. Who's going to take over for Tony Robbins? Right? That's a leapfrog. Put me as the new Tony Robbins. You're going to buy Tony Robbins' company, and I'm going to run it. Now we're
Joseph,
talking.
You and Joseph on stage.
Me and Joseph.
You're shaking that ass.
Yeah. You need to do it. That's what you want to do. It's a question of timing. Think big, be bold.
Say yes.
Say yes tomorrow.
Wow. These episodes keep getting longer and longer.
Great. Let's make sure that it was valuable.
So the last episode we put up was an hour and a half because it was talking about big, scary goals for Mark.
Okay.
And I feel like we just have to throw everything out now. Everything we talked about, just throw it out. This is a new one now.
Okay, great. I don't remember what we talked about last week, but I don't feel like we have to throw everything out.
Okay.
I don't know what we talked. Seriously, I have no idea what we talked about last week.
Yeah.
But I know like 85% of it
we talked about my monetary goal for $20 million in 10 years and how we have to shift that.
I was on board with that? I wasn't on board with that. Oh,
we have to shift that.
Okay, we already
from
threw that.
And the new KPI was every night I'm going to ask myself
great.
how I would score myself out of 10.
Have you been doing it?
No. Yes.
Really?
I haven't been writing it down, but I have been driving home thinking about how I would score myself because I still have time to save the day.
Okay. And
that's my big thing. Like, even if you're having a terrible day, you can save that day, right?
And so how have you been doing?
I want to give myself higher numbers, but I've been hard on myself because like 6s and 7s maybe.
And so why would we throw that out for this week's conversation?
Well, because the bigger goal was that was all Mark Drager brand conversation stuff.
This is still Mark Drager brand conversation.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go listen back to the podcast. It was an hour and a half. You want me to summarize everything?
Yes.
We talked about that these listeners have already heard.
Okay, great. I'm just telling you. You said you have to throw away all that stuff. I'm telling you, 85% of it is still directly applicable to what we just talked about today.
Okay. The new play for my life. This is big. This is
big. Yeah, it's a good deal.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just start talking about it.
Yeah. It's going to be some big ones. And okay.
Once you actually build this, it can scale hard. I mean, then you get into private equity and maybe even VCs, but private equity for sure. Because that's what they do is they take over businesses. Yeah. But you have to install somebody. So if you're doing all the legwork to find the companies and find the visionary leader and all you need is money, that's an easy problem to solve. Money is not the hard problem.
Wouldn't you agree that people and process are two things that I'm not really great at?
I don't know. What are you great at then, Mark?
What am I great at? Really great at making people feel hopeful and comfortable. Yeah. No, I'm really, really good at. I'm a very, very quick learner. I can have conversations with people about very technical or very deep things and make them feel like I understand what they're talking about. I can see the holes in little red flags or holes to figure out how to connect the dots to make something work. And I'm very good at making people feel like we will make it work. There is hope. Let's go.
So in this process, you'll have to figure out, do you need to work with somebody who is an operator? Do you want to work with somebody who's just the visionary, but then you need to install an operator? Mm-hmm. And how is it going to be working with you, Mark Drager? What's your involvement going to be? What's your team's involvement going to be? Like, you won't know that until you actually get into it.
Right.
But you have to find somebody who you're willing to go through that battle with, not the battle with them, the battle of yourself.
Right.
To build the business, because there's going to be so many hurdles and stumblings and roadblocks and all that. So someone who's flexible enough to say, okay, like maybe you find a COO, but they don't actually have a visionary idea, and you need to bring in somebody who's more visionary.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You'll figure it out by doing it. Yeah, but you will. You'll figure it out. You're a smart guy.
Thank you, Evan. Okay. Wow. Please.
What an episode.
Listeners, drop me an email, mark@markdrager.com. Tell me what you think of this plan.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think, please. Because I need other people's validation. I still do.
Jesus, Mark. If anybody writes to Mark and says this is a bad idea, there's wrath. You are a dream killer.
Wow. Okay. Thank you, Evan.
All right. Have fun. Go home to your coleslaw. If you want to see the episode last week where we talked about coming up with big, scary goals and why 85% of that conversation is still relevant to this video, go watch it right next to us. Continue to believe, and we'll see you there.
Well, we're back from the tour, guys.
TC says, "Oh, so this is real for you, Mark. We can't laugh at you anymore." No, don't
Of
worry.
course
You can still laugh at me.
You can still
Come
laugh
on.
at me.
I'm a
He
grown
still
up
likes
now.
it. He's fine. Yeah,
I'm a
he's
grown
fine.
up.